2K Sports and the PGA Tour are proud to bring you the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Moving day at the Arnold Palmer Invitational. Our third-round coverage starts right now. I'm Andrew Catalan, glad to have you back with us. We'll be following our featured player who currently sits inside the top 30, looking to make some birdies and go low on this round. Let's go out to the first hole. Wow, cannot hit it much farther than that. Looking at my yardage book, it looks like about 140 yards remain. Target practice with these approach shots, just like that. John, give us a read on this putt.
This putt is going to start out straight and move a little to the right after that.
And just to finish off the par. Well, after an approach shot like that, Rich, that feels like a wasted opportunity. As we move things along, we take a look at the leaderboard. Tony Finau is out in front. And now to the par 3 second. This is a hybrid. Not a bad shot right there. For more, we send it down to John.
Hey guys, I'm down here checking out Rose Zhang as she gets set for her next shot here on the 8th. Starting this one out to the left. Watch it come back though.
That's a good putt to make. That sets the great players from the good ones.
This putt for a birdie. All right, Henny is with this group. Henny, what do you see?
Setting up this putt 18 feet from the cup.
Tremendous lag putt.
It most certainly was. Just didn't quite read enough break into that one, but he doesn't have much left for the birdie.
Okay, the putt goes in. Time for the next hole. He is climbing up the leaderboard after that hole. Teeing off here on the 3rd. Oh, I can hear the golf claps around the course. Why don't we take a look at some highlights from Collin Morikawa?
He's a sharp shooter from short range, isn't he?
Oh, that's the shot. Go ahead and make one. Don't worry about getting it up and down.
Rich, you look at Collin Morikawa and his iron game, he is always locked in.
He's just one of these players that is able to repeat the same motion time after time. It's robotic-like, but it has an artistry to it as well. He really is one of the players that you just want to sit there and watch on the driving range, kind of get mesmerized by exactly how good he really is.
Well, he misses the green. That's a tough one to swallow. And the mindset now is to get up and down from here. That is the perfect position to leave it in. This putt is for par. That one drops. He is moving up the leaderboard as we move on to the next hole. An opportunity here with a par 5. That's a pretty good shot right there. Aggressive play on the par 5, and it pays off.
2 big hits there, knocking it on this par 5 and 2.
And a putt to move inside the top 20 on the leaderboard. That was close. He's got this putt for birdie. Okay, moving on to the next. As we head to the next hole, our leader has a 2-shot advantage.
Let's go to hole number 5, and it's a par 4.
Absolutely tattooed that one.
Found the deep rough. This will take a big hack to get out here.
Not as easy and straightforward as yesterday's par, so work to be done.
Nicely done. There's been action aplenty all over the course. How about this great shot at the 11th?
This was her 3rd.
Solid putt, that. Let's catch up with the current proceedings. A 7-footer right here.
Looking for another birdie here.
Unable to take advantage of the great approach there, Rich. Trailing by 8 strokes now after that hole. Here we have a short par 5, a chance to take advantage. That was absolutely murdered.
He has his eyes set on one place and one place only. It's the green.
Ooh, staying aggressive. Going for the green. Well, that's a tremendous shot and sets up a wonderful opportunity.
Using all of his muscles to get that one home in 2.
He's had a tough time of it on the greens here today. Hopefully all that'll change right here.
No harm done. Nestled it up close.
Downhill putt there. Luke just misjudged the pace there. Didn't want to be too bold with it.
So after that hole, he's now up to even with the card.
Always like to see your name moving up the leaderboard. Never a bad thing.
Here's a look at the par 3 7th. Yeah, nothing wrong with that shot right there. Time now for an on-course update. Here's John.
Hey guys, we are checking in with Colin Morikawa as he gets set for his next shot here on the 11th.
All right, let's get back to the action. This is a tricky putt. That's a pretty good effort. This putt from 3 feet away. And that putt drops, and we move on to the next. And after that, he remains at even par. Over to number 8, it's a par 4. That is an absolute missile. This is a good 130 club. A lot of ground to cover with this putt. Henny, how tough will this putt be?
There's a slope here, and it's going to go right to left on the slope.
Six feet to the cup. Oh, I thought that was going down. All right, bogey putt. And after that hole, he is slipping in the standings. Teeing off here at the 9th. A lot to like about that one. This is a 150-yard shot. Wow, another shot on the green. We've seen that a lot today.
Another green in regulation. This is an absolute clinic.
Quick look at the leaderboard, and it's a two-shot advantage for our leader. And now teeing off on this par 4.
Players have looked at this hole differently over the years. It used to be just a layup shy of that bunker down the right-hand side. But with a favorable wind, we're seeing a lot more players take out driver and take it over that bunker, leaving a very short second to a green that is slightly elevated.
And fortunately, that shot will hang on to the fairway.
Let's see what Colin Morikawa has done today.
Third shot now.
We're back. Time to have more live play. Trying to get to 1 under with this putt. Henny, what do you see in this putt?
An uphill left to righter.
He could have done much worse from there. 3 feet remain.
These par putts, they keep around going.
Moving along. The man who sits atop the leaderboard right now is Tony Finau.
Here we are at the 11th, a par 4.
Pretty good shot there.
There's been some great action out on the course. Let's take a look at this highlight from another person's play.
This was his third.
And this putt is for birdie 3 on the scorecard. Okay, John, what's he looking at with this putt?
Well, from there, looks like he's facing a 30-foot putt.
Yeah, that was really nicely judged from there.
Just 4 feet remaining between him and the hole. That's all right. Still time to make a couple of pars or even a birdie or two out there today. And down it goes. Let's head to the next. And he'll drop down to 1 over for the event.
Unfortunately, backing up slowly but surely on that leaderboard, Luke.
The 12th, a par 5.
No harm, no foul there with that shot.
Well, Rich, you're one of the rare people to have ever beaten Tiger Woods in his prime. In fact, I think he held all 4 major trophies when you beat him there at Hazeltine in 2002. But you got 1 up against him, but he got 100 up against everyone. What was it like playing against the legendary Tiger Woods?
It's almost hard to describe, Luke, because, you know, he had this following that was unlike any other. And you knew when you were playing with him that of the 30,000 people that were following his group, 29,998 were rooting for him because your wife and her friend were following you.
And even sometimes they were probably cheering for him as well.
And they were kind of looking at it, watching him as well. I'll never forget playing with him in Chicago one year. We both made the cut on the number. I was ecstatic. He would not so much. And we get to the tee, and it must have been 8:30-ish in the morning. I mean, it was still fairly early doors. And I walk up to the first tee, and I knew what it was going to be like. But the stands behind the tee box were packed. Both sides of the fairway were jam-packed. And I just walked up, and there's probably, I don't know, I'm going to say 500 people in the stands behind the first tee. And I walk up, and really loudly I go, "Hey, glad you're all out to come watch me play golf today." And they all laughed. I mean, they all laughed in unison because, like they're looking through their thing. Like, who is this guy again?
Looks like a similar approach to yesterday.
Got some good vibes after yesterday. Trying to keep it up again today.
That's tidy. And this putt to move into the top 10. And he's down there. You got a read?
This one's moving just a smidge to the left.
Nice one. 4th birdie of the day. He's currently tied for 10th.
And after that good play, moving up the leaderboard.
This hole is a par 3.
This is such a difficult hole because this tee shot lines you up over on the left-hand side where you'll find those bunkers. But if you bail out to the right, well, now you're running into a low area that you have a pretty difficult chip shot to a green that historically is the firmest and fastest on this golf course.
Going with the hybrid. That got a little out of control, I think.
Yeah, it took a bit too much club on that one.
Standing over his 2nd shot. 5 strokes behind our leader. Nice soft hands around the green. What a skill to have. Oh, a lovely opportunity to save par here. The putt drops, and we're moving on. No movement up or down on the leaderboard for this player.
Let's check out the 15th. It's a par 4.
Strong par 4, dog legs from left to right. Don't miss it out to the right in that bunker. Not only are you hitting your 2nd shot out of the trap, but also you've got some magnolia trees to deal with. This is a very difficult fairway to find because that fairway does chase away from you just over that bunker. This is a very strong par 4.
This shot is about 130 yards from the hole. 5 strokes off the lead. That's a great position to be in after that approach.
Nearly doesn't get any better than that. Amazing shot.
That nearly went in for birdie. Wow, you hit an approach shot like that and still come away with a par. That is a bummer. Teeing off here on the 16th hole. That's the type of swing you want to take with you every time out. And Rich, this is a similar spot to yesterday.
Had a good result here yesterday. Hopefully conjure up some more of those good thoughts.
Well, this putt is from way downtown. A good chance to two-putt now. Five feet remains. That one drops. It's the fifth birdie of the round. Here's a look at the way things stand. He is in a tie for ninth. We've reached the 17th. It's a par 3.
This hole causes more stress for the players, I think, than any other hole on the golf course, with possibly the exception of number 3. This green is nearly impossible to find, as it is so firm historically through the years. You find the green, you make your 3, and you're smiling earlobe to earlobe.
What a beautiful leave right there. The mission is simple here. He has to get up and down. Oh, he hit that perfectly as the chip goes in.
Don't you love it when you don't even need a putter to make birdie?
All right, let's get right back out to the action. Let's take a look at the leaderboard. Our featured player in a tie for 5th. Now to 18, the par 4. That is a massive drive. Henny, what can you tell us about this shot?
This is looking around 115 yards out.
That's going to work nicely for him. This putt is for a share of 4th. So close. And a nice way to finish with a par on the closing hole. Well, Rich, just one round to go, and our featured player is hanging around.
They are going to need a low one, but they are certainly capable of it. Let's see if they can get it done.
Well, that will do it for today. For all of us here at 2K Sports, I'm Andrew Catalan. Thanks for watching.